exciting things than you. So the goal is to be more exciting than anything else, and then also having your long line to help guide you. So how I start my recall is I'm always going to say her name first to get her attention. Murphy Lee, come! Yes, good girl! Very good! So another thing to keep in mind is when I called Murphy Lee and she looked at me, and that's when I said come. Because she's looking at me, she's already anticipating to come to me, and I'm getting super excited. I get down low, I'm using high value treats, and I just want her to come and hang out with me. I don't want her to come to me and do a drive-by. I want her here, hanging out until I release her. So kind of how I do that is I get her used to every time she comes to me, I grab her collar and stuff, and we do that on purpose to set up in case of an emergency. If you're in a situation and you need to recall your dog and grab them, it's not like a game to them where I'm going to grab you and they think they have to run away. We're trying to make that a positive thing. You get treats every time you come here. I touch your collar. So we're not creating any bad habits. So here, I'm going to go ahead and release her. Okay. And let her get distracted. There is another puppy over there. Now we have Olive coming to us, which is a big distraction. Murphy Lee! Yeah, it's alright though. Murphy Lee! So this is a big distraction. So I'm holding my long line until Murphy looks at me. Murphy Lee, yes, come! Yes, good girl! Good job! Good job! Yes! So that was a great example of such a big distraction. There was a big dog that just came over. She was like, oh my gosh, she had no interest in me. That is why having this long line is so important, especially this early on with your puppy when you're teaching that recall. Because if I didn't have this, she would have went off with Olive. So knowing that her recall isn't there yet, that's why it's so important to have this long line. It's a great tool to use when you're first teaching this. So I got to the point where Olive took off. I still had Murphy Lee tethered. She's feeling that pressure, and I'm just waiting for her to come back to me. I know you smell my treats. I'm just waiting for her to look at me to give her the command, and then I'm going to give her high praise, high value treats, so she knows you came to me, that was a big distraction, that was really good. So she knew that she didn't have another option. She couldn't go and follow that dog, so she was like, I have to come to you regardless of the situation. Okay. So that was honestly such a perfect example to show you what that looks like when you're trying to work your dog through high distractions. And Murphy Lee did really well. And again, having a long line is such a great tool. Murphy Lee! Yes, come! Good girl! Good girl! And she's a natural. She's picking up on this really quickly. And she's really good in their group walks that she responds to her name. So this is just us starting to use the come command, introducing it, what that looks like. Okay. And seeing her in high distractions. Good job, Murphy! Good girl.